Did you commit misconduct? Did you arrest someone you shouldn't have? Did you break a law? Did you steal money? I mean,
Absolutely not.
What would warrant a 5-day unpaid suspension and 6 months probation for a police chief?
So as I mentioned earlier, that's something I'm not going to get into.
I really feel like it was a hit job. This is taking a man's career of 23 years of flawless service and just trying to wash it all down the drain.
After a 5-day unpaid suspension and his job on the line, a South Carolina police chief is on the attack tonight. The chief believes his new boss is aiming to fire him. The chief is suing the city and his boss, accusing city leaders of conspiring to ruin his reputation and to end his law enforcement career. The chief believes it's retaliation for telling the truth. Here's Chief Investigative Reporter Jody Barr with the fallout to our Under the Influence investigation and how city bosses exercise their influence over the city's top law enforcer.
If you would, just go to the first officer, please.
For a full week in March,
Thank you.
Bennettsville Police Chief Kevin Miller was stripped of his gun and badge and locked out of his own police department. Has the city come to you and said, Chief, these are the specific reasons. These are the policy violations. This is why you're out of work and not being paid for 5 days?
The answer is no. I have not been formally given anything.
We recorded this interview the day after City Administrator William Simon suspended the chief. At the time, the chief wasn't banned from talking to reporters, but that soon changed when weeks later, the administrator emailed the chief, "You must have permission to move forward with speaking to the media. Further infractions will be subject to disciplinary actions." What would a city be afraid of its own police chief telling the public about anything that happens related to police business?
The truth, the unadulterated, unfiltered truth.
Do you think that what has happened to you now has been a direct result of the fact that when you're called and you're asked questions, you provide public records, you haven't shied away from interviews?
I think one would surmise that, based on the totality of everything that's happened over the last 6 months.
We asked you not to name.
Miller says his trouble started a few years ago under former Mayor Carolyn Prince's tenure and didn't get any better during this council meeting last year, where the chief says the mayor ordered taxpayers out of the council building before an executive session. The chief, believing taxpayers had a right to be in a public building, let them back inside in defiance of the mayor's order.
You can kind of see where that's where the tide, for me, it kind of started to turn, where I was like, oof.
Let's come back to order.
The chief's lawsuit accuses unnamed city council members and Administrator Simon of conspiring to target him, to ruin his professional reputation, to defame him, and of harassment, bullying, and intimidation. The suit accuses council of not stopping the administrator from acting in a vindictive manner toward the chief, to force the chief to quit his job. At the center of the lawsuit, this police department assessment the city spent $22,000 on. The city blacked out swaths of this report, but in the unredacted sections, the auditor found no issues in its review of BPD's high-risk tasks. The assessment also included interviews with anonymous current officers and 4 former officers whose names the city blacked out. Those former officers complained of low morale and accused the chief of being a poor leader. However, I just spoke with 2 of those former officers, Bob Hale and Dozier Rames. They both disagreed with how the assessor's report characterized their statements. In fact, in January, Rames reapplied for a position in the department. That same month, Hale also inquired about openings within BPD.
I really feel like it was a hit job. I really feel like that assessment was done to gain leverage over me by the previous administration and the incoming city administrator.
You think that assessment was forming a basis for maybe suspending you and down the road terminating you as the chief of city of Bennettsville?
Absolutely. Like I said, there was never any improprieties. There was never any allegations of misconduct. All my reviews for the past 6 years, I'm going on my 7th year this April, they were stellar.
Ma'am.
We obtained the chief's personnel file through an open records request. We didn't find a single complaint. The prior city administrator marked every one of the chief's job evaluations an 8.4 out of 10, and last year's evaluation included this comment: Chief Miller's performance continues to be exceptional overall. This February email from the new city administrator to the chief shows Simon wanted to use the assessment for good, writing, "This is a fantastic opportunity for us to make improvements." But the night the chief got that email,
Once you start digging and you start asking questions, the more questions you start to have.
our Under the Influence investigation aired, detailing the department's arrest of the county probate judge's husband, and hours later, the judge was on the phone with the chief's subordinates, a call the chief did not know about until we questioned him about it weeks later. The judge's father, who is the lead city judge, was also questioning Chief Miller's command staff about his son-in-law's DUI charge. Then, a few days after the arrest, the officer dropped the charge.
Well, immediately, as I have in the past, I started digging fast.
The chief asked the State Law Enforcement Division to investigate, then sat for this interview with us last year. He was reluctant to do the interview. What's your biggest fear in this investigation with this whole situation?
Oh, retaliation, for sure.
Within days of that report, you were being brought up at a council meeting and discussed behind closed doors. Not once, but it happened twice.
Correct.
The chief's lawsuit also accuses the administrator of trying to pressure him into writing a reference letter for an unqualified candidate for another city's police chief job. The candidate was the administrator's college fraternity brother, according to the lawsuit. Miller refused to write the letter or sign his name as a reference. On March 4th, 2 weeks after our story, the chief says Simon called a meeting with him about the assessment. Did that meeting turn contentious at some point?
A few times. I felt like I was being bullied and maligned at times,
I think the words you used was you felt like you were being berated for talking to me.
Yeah, that did come up a couple times. I don't want to misspeak, but it was like, this is what happens when you speak to the media. Certain things are said and it makes, the city look bad, and, it has consequences.
The day after that meeting, HR sent the chief this disciplinary memo. Based on our meeting today regarding the police assessment and department operations, it is evident that there is a lack of leadership and accountability on your part as police chief. You are suspended for 5 working days without pay. The chief was also put on 6 months probation. All of this despite the administrator's email a few weeks earlier viewing the assessment as a fantastic opportunity for us to make improvements. The week after the chief returned to work, Simon handed him a performance evaluation, dinging him on 6 elements to include recruiting and retention, community policing, employee training, and his leadership skills. Simon scored the chief 2.9 out of 10. You think you deserve this?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Did you commit misconduct? Did you arrest someone you shouldn't have? Did you break a law? Did you steal money? I mean, when you think of a 5-day suspension, I think a lot of people would think, dang, the chief did something pretty bad.
In short, to answer your question, Jody, absolutely not. I have never been the subject of one investigation out of 20-some years. Not one internal investigation or anything by the state or FBI.
Mr. Simon, how are you? Days after the suspension, we asked Simon and Mayor Leith Fowler for interviews to explain why the chief was suspended. Both refused to explain, so we found them at a public meeting in March. What would warrant a 5-day unpaid suspension and 6 months probation for a police chief?
So as I mentioned earlier, that's something I'm not going to get into. I will tell you this, that some information will be released. I understand that you did a FOIA request.
Yes.
And that information will be coming to you. And I understand that you want a copy of the assessment that will tell that story, and that will be coming to you shortly.
And you can't explain this to the public? I mean, that's what we're here for, sir. It just seems like you don't want to be forthcoming with why. This isn't punishment for him talking to us.
This is not a punishment.
This isn't retaliation for him talking.
This is not a retaliation.
Then what is it?
This is just disciplinary action. There's no story, Mr. Barr.
You don't think you owe the people of Bennettsville some clarity on this?
We will. If you would talk to Mr. Simon, he'll explain everything to you.
Well, we tried that, and we got very few answers, if any, from him.
Okay.
So this is your chance to talk to the people who elected you, and you're choosing not to come shoot them straight.
Yeah, we're doing the best we can with what we got. We will have something out to the public shortly.
2 weeks later, the city handed over the heavily redacted police assessment.
I don't know what the finality of this is going to be. But I do have my suspicions that if and when this interview does air, the heat's going to get turned up real high.
You think that will be the end of Chief Kevin Miller?
Possibly, at least here in Bennettsville.
Nearly 3 weeks after the chief returned to work, the administrator sent this letter detailing the reasons for suspending him. However, this letter does not cite a single city policy violation. We asked the administrator, the former mayor, and every member of council for an interview, but no one would talk with us. The city filed its answer to the lawsuit a few days ago, denying every allegation and asked the court to dismiss the chief's complaint. For now, Kevin Miller is still the Bennettsville police chief.